it's true that there is no such thing as an enlightenment experience. However, it is quite legitimate to speak of an awakening experience. Let me give you an analogy. Let's imagine that you're watching a movie and you are completely absorbed in the drama. So absorbed that you forget that you are watching the movie and your whole being is involved. Your emotions go up and down with the characters and the drama, etc. And at some point there is a break in the movie. There's a commercial break. The movie comes to an end. And at that moment, you come out of your trance and you see the screen. And you realize, oh, I was lost in the movie. It wasn't really a murder plot. I was just seeing the screen. Now, when you recognize the screen, you don't suddenly start seeing the screen. You were seeing the screen all along. In other words, seeing the screen is not a new experience. It seems to be a new experience only because you were previously lost in the movie. So from the point of view of one who is lost in the movie, it is legitimate to say, I suddenly saw the screen. I suddenly had an awakening experience. It happened at 3 p.m. on the 24th of June, 1987. No, in fact, we were always seeing the screen. Awareness is always aware of itself, but its awareness of itself is colored in most cases by its awareness of objective experience. And as a result, awareness seems to lose itself in the movie of experience and seems to wake up from that trance and recognize itself. But when it recognizes itself, it realizes, actually, I was knowing myself all along. In other words, the recognition I am awareness is not an experience that takes place in the movie, in experience. Awakening is not an experience. It is not something that takes place in the drama. It is the ever-present background of the drama and is later discovered to pervade the drama and finally to be the sole reality of the drama.
It seems like there's a common trap to get caught in relating to this memory of recognizing the screen, because then it's basically denying that the screen is present at the time we're remembering it as a past
I'm sorry,
experience.
can you say that again?
It seems that a common trap would be to think that there was this recognition of the screen at some former time, and then it's not happening now, is kind of like denying the reality of the recognition.
Yes, but for one who is lost in the drama of experience, it is legitimate to say, turn your attention away from the objects of experience and allow your attention to return to that with which all experience is known, or that within which all experience appears. Now, that suggestion seems to imply that there is that we can cease attending to the objects of experience and start attending to the subject of experience instead. But the subject cannot attend to itself because it is already standing at itself. Attention, from attendere, means to stretch yourself towards something. Attention is the stretching or the shining of awareness towards an object. But awareness is the one thing that awareness cannot attend to, because it is already standing at itself, just as the sun is the one object that the sun cannot shine on. So when we talk about giving attention to awareness, it is a very inaccurate phrase and is just a concession to our previous habit of giving attention to objects. In fact, awareness's knowledge of itself is brought about by a relaxation of the attention, a sinking of the attention into the source from which it rises. We can never direct our attention towards its source, just like you cannot shine the beam of a torch, of a flashlight, onto the light bulb from which the light emanates. You can shine your flashlight on everything else apart from the light bulb. We can give our attention to awareness can give its attention, can shine the light of its knowing on everything apart from itself. If it wants to know itself, it must relax the focus of its attention and sink, allow attention to sink deeper and deeper and deeper into that from which it rises. And that is the essence of prayer or meditation.
It seems that the whole idea of integration of a particular recognition into one's life is already a little bit off.
From an absolute point of view, yes, but it's a very legitimate question. How do we, because what I've just described is the inward-facing path, the return of attention to its source, but I do not mean to imply that one should be attending to the source of attention 24/7. No, it is legitimate and necessary that we turn outwards again towards our thoughts and feelings, our activities and relationships. And it's a very legitimate question. How do we lead our lives in line with this new recognition?
Could we say that integration is simply recognizing again and again and again that everything is the nature of awareness?
It's not just recognizing that, it is thinking, feeling, acting, perceiving, and relating in a way that is consistent with that recognition. So it is not enough simply to recognize our true nature. That is the first step. It's a big step. But we then have to turn away, attention has to turn away from its source and turn outwards again, particularly towards our activities and relationships, and to try to align our activities, to align first of all our thoughts and feelings, and subsequently our activities and relationships with this new recognition. And this is what somebody once asked St. Augustine about this. Basically, how should one live in the world? What does this understanding look like in everyday life? And he simply replied, love and do whatever you want. But by which he meant, love, recognize first your shared being with everyone and everything. Not just know, but feel that the being, the isness, the being of everyone and the isness of everything is identical to the amness of yourself. Once we not only know that, but feel that, it's just a matter of living the implications of that recognition to the best of our ability. And there is no end, I would suggest, there is no end to the colonization of our thoughts, feelings, activities, and relationships in this understanding, with this understanding.